That brings us up to Herk and Mr. Richardson.
Dan, thank you for some researched and well-thought approach there. A couple of things that I've mentioned were the tax credits that might be available through the state for potential businesses. Was one of the, not a grant, but it's one of the resources that's available. It would help us to reach our certified development community status with the development office, which they're requiring each county to do. Now, I've not seen them kick anybody out, but anyway, for not doing it. But that is a requirement on paper, at least for them. As he pointed out, and as we discussed last time, we're pleased to have, we are partnering with the WVU Law School Land Use and Sustainable Development Law Clinic.
Yes,
and
it's a mouthful.
Jessie Richardson is their lead attorney, and we discussed having him come and present some information, so I'll let him do that now.
Okay.
Thank you, Herk, and thank you to the Commission for allowing me to come in and address you today. I just wanted to very briefly talk a little bit about the comprehensive plan and what it is and what it is not, and a little bit about the process. First of all, the comprehensive plan, with all due respect to the Commission, it's not going to be the Commission's comprehensive plan. It's not going to be Herk's comprehensive plan. It's not going to be the Planning Commission's comprehensive plan. It's going to be the comprehensive plan for all of the citizens of Doddridge County. Public input and public participation is the most important thing with the comprehensive plan. The code requires, as you heard, 2 public hearings, one before the Planning Commission and one before the County Commission. However, if you move forward with the comprehensive plan, there will be opportunities for public input at every point along the way. What you can expect is that early on in the process we'll have an open house where we invite the public, and we have that over a 2-hour or so period. You can come at the beginning, you can stay 15 minutes, you can stay 2 hours, you can come in the middle of it, you can come and go as you please, and give public input. We'll also have an open house near the end of the process after we have a draft so that people can give input into the draft. And all along the way, we will likely do a written survey. We will have that available online. We will have multiple ways for the public to get input. It would make us so happy, and I'm sure you guys too, if every single citizen of Doddridge County participated in this. We would love for that to happen. And one of the purposes of the comprehensive plan is to get that public input so that you know what do the citizens of Doddridge County want and what do they not want. The comprehensive plan is a plan. It is not an ordinance. It does not require the Commission to do anything. It just provides guidance for the Commission, provides guidance for the county. I think one of the primary things that a comprehensive plan can do in Doddridge County is I understand that you are getting some more tax revenues from oil and gas. How should the county spend this money? What are the most worthy items for you to spend it on? That's something that the public can give input on. A plan can lay that out. We encourage every comprehensive plan to have a capital improvement program. It's required in Virginia. I'm from Virginia, please forgive me. But I've always lived near the West Virginia line and consider myself a mountaineer. But in Virginia, they require a capital improvement program. But it's a great thing to do. And we encourage people to do it. It says, what new schools do you need? Infrastructure. Infrastructure is a huge issue everywhere. What money are you going to have to pay out to replace this infrastructure, to replace these buildings, to build new buildings? And where is that going to come from, and how are you going to pay for it? And we look 10, 20 years into the future to see how are you going to pay for all of this? What should we prioritize? Prioritizing things is a huge issue. And you can get public input. What are their top priorities? What should you spend money on first? What can wait until later? So that's a huge issue. As far as funding and grants, we are finding that more and more funders require that you have a comprehensive plan before you get a grant. Now, I can't stand here and tell you funder A, funder B, but we are seeing that. And you don't know which grants you might go for in the future. The West Virginia Code, West Virginia law actually requires that counties have a comprehensive plan. Now, what are the penalties? The state's not looking for people and not saying, oh, you don't have a comprehensive plan. And there is no penalty set out in the code. So, if you don't do one, is the state going to come down on you? Probably not. But a plan is a good thing to have. It's kind of like going on vacation and getting in the car and not knowing where you're going to go. You're probably going to have trouble finding where you're going to end up. If you don't know where you're going, you're going to have a hard time getting there. So the comprehensive plan is just an aid for the citizens, for the county commission to figure out where do we want Doddridge County to be 10, 20 years down the road, and how are we going to get there. Doddridge County, West Union, they're beautiful places. I'm sure they're wonderful places to live and work, but maybe we can make it even better. So that's what we're trying to do with the comprehensive plan. As far as who has to write the comprehensive plan, and that I really sympathize with you after you read Chapter 8A. We have to look at it just about every day, and we still don't know exactly what it means. But one thing is clear is that 8A requires that the Planning Commission draft the comprehensive plan. Herk cannot do it under the EDA. It's required that you have a Planning Commission and that the Planning Commission do that. If the county had to hire a consultant to work on the comprehensive plan, it could easily cost the county $50,000 to do that. I'm happy to say that West Virginia University, the clinic, our total charge for doing the comprehensive plan for our time is $0. If is food at a public meeting or something, or make copies, we would ask the commission to pay for that. But our services are free of charge. And unlike a lot of situations, you actually don't get what you pay for with the clinic. What you get are 5 attorneys, one of whom is a certified land use planner, and an additional land use planner who will work on this plan and make sure that it complies with the West Virginia Code. The West Virginia Code does not require that the plan say anything in particular, but it does require that you address certain issues. So I just want to, I guess, let people know that the comprehensive plan does not mean that Doddridge County is going to have a zoning ordinance. I have heard no one say that they want a zoning ordinance in Doddridge County. And if the people don't want a zoning ordinance, you're not going to have a zoning ordinance. The commission is the final say for the comprehensive plan. The commission is the final say for anything that's done pursuant to the comprehensive plan. The planning commission can only recommend things to the commission. The planning commission can make no final decisions for Doddridge County. It's all up to the county commission. And so the planning commission is not going to take any of that power away. And so I think a comprehensive plan is a good thing, just so that Doddridge County can look to the future and say, how are we going to go forward? How are we going to make Doddridge County even a better place than it already is? And if any of the commissioners have any questions, I would be happy to answer them.
Butch,
No, thank you.
I think you explained it quite well, so.
Yeah, and due to your agenda and commitments that I have back in Morgantown, I would propose that I not take questions from the public today, but I assure you and the public that if you move forward with this process, we will set up a time where members of the public can come and ask whatever questions they want, and we in the planning commission would be happy to answer them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.